Morgan, your career BFF. Today is day 11 of the Career BFF Advent Calendar of job search activities, and we are talking about tracking your progress. If we don't track it, we can't measure it. Therefore, we have no idea where we are, what we're doing, if we're doing things right, if we have an opportunity to adjust. So today I am just going to quickly chat about some best practices and answer any questions that folks have about tracking. My BFF Lisa is in the house. I love it. Cheers, my friend. I am coming live from Dallas, Texas this morning. It's 7:30 here, but 8:30 Eastern time for you all. And here visiting some friends, had a great dinner last night, and now just trying to get warmed up with a little bit of coffee. Oh, we have Suved that is here. It looks like it's evening for him. Thank you for being here. So we're talking about tracking. Good morning, Chandra. Thank you so much for being here. I would love to know how you have traditionally tracked the activities that you are taking in your job search strategy. So obviously, the first thing that we think about is tracking which positions that we apply to, right? And that's always a good idea because it holds you accountable. I always recommend that you set some goals, right? I want to apply, to 3 positions this week. I want to have 2 coffee chats. I want to, add a certain number of connections daily. And I want to reach out to, say, 4 people for a coffee chat, or reach out to 4 people that maybe have the job that I want, to get some insight from them. So there are all different types of trackers out there. You can create your own. If you're a savvy Excel guru, you can do all kinds of things. But you can also keep it super simple and, keep track of the company, the date, and the status of where you are. Are you waiting to hear back? Have you just not heard back? Is a phone screen scheduled? Is an interview scheduled or completed? And do you know if you have been dispositioned or rejected? And there is a lot of opportunity, in my opinion, even when we have been ghosted or rejected from a position, because the only constant thing is change. And I know with almost 20 years in recruiting, that there have been many times as a recruiter that I have, dispositioned or had to reject a second or third runner for a position. And then something happens with the first person that we made the offer to, or there's explosive growth in the company and we have a second and third position. So it's always a great idea to, keep that information, because you can also circle back. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about building your target list. And these 2 things go hand in hand. And a lot of times I can see things from your activities that I can help support you into building that into your target list, and then taking specific actions to really warm up those contacts and start having more conversations. All right, Sherry is in the house. Good morning. Good morning from Beverly Hills, California. All right. Okay, I'm going to take a little sip of water because I'm on. This lighting in here is not the most flattering, but we are rolling with it. What else did I think about? So the other thing that I find is very valuable and impactful in tracking your progress, and setting intentional time to update your sheets, whether it be a planner, just an old school, piece of paper that has columns on it on a clipboard, or, a more sophisticated Excel sheet, is that when you are in job search, and over these past 2 years, there have been many people that have been in very long term job search, right? And you may start to feel like you're just on this insanity wheel, and that you start to get fatigued. You start to think your confidence may start to diminish. And if you are tracking your activities and setting those goals and keeping yourself accountable, you are avoiding, kind of getting into that negative mindset, that pity party mindset, that, nobody wants me kind of mindset, right? You can look at the actions that you're taking and flip that script, because so much of, a successful job search journey comes from here and here, right? And being able to reframe that and say, look at these actions that I'm taking every day to network to my ideal companies. And it really helps you give yourself a pat on the back and remember that, and trusting the process, because again, these little steps that we're taking, they will all add up and, create that momentum, and hopefully open those doors and facilitate more conversations. Let's see. So tracking helps you stay accountable to yourself. It also helps you avoid applying for duplicate positions. As a recruiter, I tend to notice sometimes that people will create two profiles and apply to the same job. And, that kind of makes the recruiter go like, oh, they forgot that they created a candidate profile, and just kind of question the attention to detail. Again, keeping track of the applications. I do recommend that. Hey, Dan, you're up way too early. Wow, wow, wow. You also want to make sure that you have some key details from the application, right? It is not recommended that you just grab the link, because we pull up and down job descriptions all the time. So you want to make sure that you actually grab that text and put it in a document, so that you can go back and find it if you are invited for a phone screen or some sort of interview. And then tracking makes it easy to, one, build your target list that we're going to talk about tomorrow. And two, it makes it easy to follow up, right? The purpose of looking at a job search strategy and implementing some of these guideposts and pillars and this foundation is to move through this process, with ease, and making it easy for you to have these touch points and have this language and these ways to reach out to people that can open these doors and facilitate career opportunities for you. So, um, and then, each week, each month, you look at your activity and you review, you revise, and you repeat, right? You review the activities that you feel worked well for you. Revise, you adjust. If you see a trend that you're applying to a certain type of position and not getting the results that you want, then you can start looking at the process and say, maybe I need to do a better job of customizing my resume. Perhaps I need to, let's see, network more effectively with that, with people at that company. Or if you are getting phone interviews and then not getting to the next step, that might be a signal to find an accountability partner or someone that, or a coach that you can do mock interviews with, so that you show up more effectively and confidently in those interviews to keep moving the needle. And then repeat. If you see a trend where you are moving the needle in the direction that you want, ding, ding, ding. Those are things that are working for you and working with your ideal hiring authority and the projects that you're looking to move towards. So look at that. So a lot of times there is a story in tracking your activity. And so that is my tip for today, is to really take the time and make a system that works for you, because our brains are all a little bit different. Some people really love to have a highly detailed spreadsheet. Other people may like to just manually write things in a planner. And you really have to just honor that. But it's also about making that commitment to yourself, and being vigilant about making those entries and tracking that information, because a haphazard and messy job search strategy is going to take you twice as long than someone who is intentional, and tracking their progress and having conversations in the places that are going to provide the most opportunity to convert into a new job opportunity. So, y'all are up so early. I love it. At least it's Saturday and we can all go back and take a nap. um, so I am again in Dallas, Texas. I am hanging out with some friends this weekend, headed up to a lake. I'm not sure which lake, but should be a fun day. And I will be going live tomorrow to talk about more strategies around your job search, right? Today we talked about measuring, tracking your activities. Tomorrow we're going to build on that and talk about target list. How do you start a target list? How do you think about a target list? How do you work a target list? And I realize now, having been in recruiting and sales for as long as I have, that these concepts are foreign to a lot of people, especially people that are not in the recruiting industry or not in sales. So this will be a great conversation to kind of plug into my brain in regards to how do you move those opportunities forwards, and why do you want that tracking or that target list? Because we don't want to end up interviewing and applying to positions that mirror maybe bad situations that we came from, right? We want to be excited and ready to go to work and enjoy the employers that we work with. And so there is a way to be hyper intentional with building those target lists and working a target list in an intentional way, almost like a sales professional. And again, I know that a lot of job seekers aren't salespeople, so that doesn't come naturally. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. And I hope everyone has an amazing Saturday. If you're decorating, if you're shopping, be safe out there, be kind, and I will see you back here tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow. All right. Bye, friends.